What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Monday, December 1st, 2014, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to that page. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving week. We took the day off and we're back in business. After collecting their spherical statuettes at the 2014 Gotham Independent Films Awards, the evening's winners headed back at New York City's Capriani Wall Street to revel in their victory with reporters. Tessa Thompson won the Breakthrough Actor Award for Dear White People. Thompson nabbed the honor for her first of topical films this year, as she's also featured in Selma. She said, upon doing both films, it felt like a milestone just in the sense of doing films that had something to say. Not to answer any questions, but at least to ask them, and that's the kind of film I find exciting, she told The Hollywood Reporter of the two title releases coinciding with the situation in Ferguson, Missouri, despite them taking up to 8 years to complete. She also added, for people to say, God, how timely. It says a lot of about our nation, and that the films that become timeless and important are those that address things that are really deep within us and universal in our fabric. Not every movie can be a social phenomenon, but you want to continue to do work that moves you. The Special Jury Performance Award went to the ensemble performance of Foxcatcher. Steve Carell hilariously accepted the award on behalf of the sports drama ensemble as Channing Tatum and Mark Ruffalo were absent from the ceremony. He admitted he doesn't have speeches prepared through award season. He said, preparing like that is probably a good way to jinx yourself, he said. Yet noted that the key to the film's notable mix on screen is caring and trust. An ensemble, a sports team, and orchestra is the sum of the parts, and it's just a matter of being selfless and being generous. Channing and Mark are incredible, generous actors, and we all just wanted to make each other as good as we can be, and I think it paid off. They're great guys, and there was a real bond between the three of us. Gotham's Independent Film Audience Award went to Boyhood. L.R. Cortrain said of the win, adding that the film is resonating with audiences because it's an epic about the little common, boring pieces that make up everyone's lives. And I think people really appreciate that in a world where most movies are very fantastic, which there's nothing wrong with that, but most of our lives aren't like that. So there's something really satisfying about seeing so much attention paid just to normal life. It's just a weird movie. I hope people would get it, but I certainly didn't expect it to be like this. Bennett Miller won the director tribute. The Helmer of Capote, Moneyball, and Foxcatcher admitted he was nervous when he heard that Catherine Keener would be presenting him the honor. He smiled. I was concerned it would go on too long, that it would get too personal, and that it would be sloppy, he smiled. And I know her well. Best Actor went to Michael Keaton for Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. The actor, who admitted he didn't have a speech plan, noted that the role in the Alejandro J. Inarritu directed film had him nostalgic, telling reporters, it made me really remember previous stage roles. I only did a few plays when I was a kid, but it made me remember how fun that is and how frightening that is. Best Actress went to Julianne Moore for Still Alice. The actress jubilantly shouted to reporters that she's overjoyed about the evening's win and its corresponding Oscar buzz. She said, I'm so happy to be in the conversation. This is a movie we made for $4 million last March that was mixed in August and got distributors in September. We can't even believe we're out. She also noted, I forgot to thank New York City because of the tax credit. That's why I'm able to work here in my home. Said of her Alzheimer's inflicted character. Traditionally, in films, the truth is that you're going to experience it from the caregiver's point of view. So this is really unusual and pretty moving because you actually experience her decline. And the best feature went to Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Inarritu called his Keaton starter a fight in the time that we're living, so I think I'm very proud of having received the award from this group of people. Birdman was an experiment, a laboratory of visual things defending our right to fail. Hopefully we didn't fail. While discussing the percussion-filled score with reporters, the director noted, "All those beats are the hearts of every actor there." Just before shouting out Keaton as he was exiting the winner's room, "Let's go together to get drunk." Shots were fired inside the lobby of the Lux Rodeo Drive Hotel in Beverly Hills Monday after police responded to a bank robbery at a nearby Bank of America. At roughly 4:25 p.m., there was an officer-involved shooting in the Lux Hotel lobby that left one suspect injured, according to Renato Moreno, lieutenant with the Beverly Hills Police Department. It was possibly linked to a robbery at a Bank of America earlier Monday. A different suspect believed to be linked to the man who was shot was captured outside of the bank shortly after the robbery. Police said the suspect was transported to a local hospital where he was later listed in critical condition. No officers sustained injuries, Moreno stated. Rodeo Drive was shut down as police swarmed the area. Paramedics were seen attending to the suspect who was shot by police inside the Lux Rodeo Drive. At approximately 4:48 p.m., an ambulance left the hotel with police following as tourists on the street snapped photos, a witness told The Hollywood Reporter. At approximately 5 p.m., Moreno stated that Rodeo Drive may be shut down for the next few hours between Wilshire and Santa Monica. The Lux Hotel manager did not immediately respond for a request for comment. The end of the Thanksgiving weekend also marked the mid-season finale of AMC's The Walking Dead. Viewers no doubt turned out in droves to cap off the holiday weekend with zombies and a notable departure. It was an all-time record for The Walking Dead, but the 14.8 million viewers marked the mid-season finale high for the series, up to 23% from the comparable outing and comparable weekend in 2013. Among those nearly 15 million viewers, 9.6 million of them were adults 18 to 49. That's a 24% improvement from the last mid-season ender. The Walking Dead, which still surges in time shifting despite its Buffalo Live viewership, notched a new all-time record in October with 17.3 million viewers and 11 million adults 18 to 49. Those stats climbed to a respectable 22.37 million and 14.5 million viewers just 3 days of DVR. On Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court delved into modern times by looking at social media, rap music, and how to balance an individual's freedom to shoot from the hip with society's interest in protecting against those who would cause fear and disruption. Anyone betting that Eminem would be the rapper to be mentioned on Monday at the High Court is a little richer. The case in Alonius versus the United States featured a 31-year-old Pennsylvania man named Anthony Ilianos, who in 2011 was convicted of making threats on Facebook against his estranged wife for writing stuff like, "There's one way to love you, but 1,000 ways to kill you." Ilianos got a 45-month prison sentence. Ilianos believes his Facebook posts were misinterpreted, and on appeal, his lawyers have made the argument that his social media postings are stylized as rap music lyrics. As a result, in the months leading up to today's hearing, the 9 justices of the High Court got an earful about the history of hip-hop and contemporary modes of communication. Most directly, the case examines what a true threat for the purpose of criminal prosecution, but given the widespread acceptance that online rants and rap music can often be prone to hyperbole, the coming decision figures to be a landmark First Amendment one that weighs the speaker's intent versus a reader's understanding, a balancing act that could easily be applied in other legal contents like an analysis of defamation. On behalf of Ilianos, Attorney John Elwood urged the High Court to adopt a specific intent standard, namely that a jury should examine what his client has in mind with his internet postings. Meanwhile, the federal government is emphasizing how a reasonable person would interpret what Elwood had to say. In this case, content cuts both ways. The statement may be less threatening if viewed through the prism of an inspiring rapper who is attempting to boast, or more threatening if seen as coming from a guy who lost his wife and kids, got fired from his job, and is broadcasting his thoughts to those close to him. Chief Justice John Roberts emphasized contents through the hearing, putting forward the scenario of teenagers in a chat room playing a game. You don't take on what is on the internet in the abstract and say, this person wants to do something horrible, said Roberts. You're familiar with the contents. That is true, responded Elwood, but the thing everyone has a different view of what content matters. Roberts came back to the point when questioning Deputy Solicitor General Michael Dreeben. He asked, if you have a statement made in the style of rap music, is a reasonable person supposed to be somewhat familiar with that style, or the use of what might be viewed as threatening words in the content with that music? Dreeben answered that it depends on whom the speaker is speaking to, that it matters if it's going to the general audience for the purpose of the entertainment. The government attorney waved off Roberts' concerns that lyrics from lots of rap artists might be susceptible to the prosecution. NBC is making an event out of the seventh and final season of Parks and Recreation. The Amy Poehler comedy will return to the network schedule on Tuesday, January 13th, with back-to-back episodes starting at 8 p.m. replacing The Voice. The comedy from executive producers Mike Schur and Greg Daniels will air back-to-back episodes for 7 weeks, leading to its hour-long series finale on February 24th, following The Voice. NBC's entertainment chairman Robert Greenblatt said Michael Schur and Amy Poehler, along with their incredible producers, cast, and crews, have given us one of the greatest television comedies of all time, and we're inordinately proud of Parks and Recreation. In an effort to give it the send-off it deserves, we want to eventicize the final season 2, maximize the impact of these episodes, which really do take the show to a new level. The highly anticipated 1-hour finale will air behind The Voice in order to lead the largest audience possible into what promises to be a very special hour-long television program. The comedy's return, set for 2 days after Poehler and Tina Fey co-host the Golden Globe Awards, comes as NBC is focusing on drama with its mid-season schedule. NBC recently moved the Fey-produced comedy The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt to Netflix and dropped half-hour Mission Control. Ellen DeGeneres produced lesbian comedy One Big Happy Family, and Craig Robinson's Mr. Robinson have yet to be scheduled. On the drama side, NBC has Minnie the Slap series Allegiance, Odyssey, and potentially Aquarius. Broadcast television may not currently feature a female late-night TV host, but NBC is looking to mine that territory with a new scripted comedy starring Parenthood favorite Lauren Graham. NBC is teaming up with the actress and executive producer Ellen DeGeneres to develop the script Kate on Later, a half-hour single-camera comedy, The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. Kate explores a woman, played by Graham, who, just when she thought her day job was all her life was going to amount to, sees an opportunity arise that's bigger than she ever dreamed possible. But that opportunity means she's going to have to break one of the last remaining glass ceilings, the world of late-night network television talk shows. Graham will co-write the comedy alongside Liz Tercillo, who wrote He's Just Not That Into You, and star should the project move forward. Tercillo will executive produce alongside DeGeneres and her Warner Brothers television base, a very good production banner topper Jeff Keelman. Kate marks Graham's latest collaboration with friend DeGeneres. Last season, the duo teamed to adapt the Parenthood and Gilmore Girls stars' debut novel for the CW. For DeGeneres, it's a very good production. This marks the banner's second comedy sales this season, joining a half-hour multi-camera entry that stars Parenthood's Monica Potter. Graham becomes the third Parenthood star to book at a follow-up role. Co-star Sam Yeager will star in TNT's drama pilot Lumen. Fox's MasterChef is losing one of its key judges. Joe Bastianich, who served as a judge on both the flagship series and youth-oriented MasterChef Junior, will exit the series after the latter's third season. Producers are currently looking for a third judge to join Gordon Ramsay and Graham Elliott. Joe has played an integral role in the success of both MasterChef and MasterChef Junior, and we all appreciate his incredible culinary insight, sense of humor, and passion. He will always remain a member of the MasterChef family. Producers Shine America, One Potato, Two Potato, and Fox said in a joint statement. Bastianich, a restaurateur tour with eateries in New York, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and Singapore, has served as a judge on both series. His last run will be with MasterChef Junior, which will return for its third season on January 6th. Bastianich said in a statement, "After several gratifying years as a judge on MasterChef and MasterChef Junior, I've decided to step down from my role on the show. It has been a pleasure working alongside Gordon and Graham on 5 seasons of MasterChef and 3 seasons on MasterChef Junior, and I look forward to continuing my current collaborations with Shine America as co-owner and partner of the Batali and Bastianich Hospitality Group, as well as Eaterly through the Americas. I will be focusing my time and energies on their continued global expansion." Bastianich will appear in season 2 of CNBC's restaurant Startup, which also returns in January. He will continue to be a judge on MasterChef Italia. He recently acquired Italian production company Todos Contentos and is currently in production on season 2 of On the Road for Italy's Sky Network. Batali and Bastianich Hospitality Group will be opening Regina Ristorante at the Maritime Hotel in New York and is developing new Italia outposts at the World Trade Center and in Sao Paulo, among other locales. CBS is firming up its plans for the post-Craig Ferguson era for The Late Late Show. The network on Wednesday announced a roster of celebrities who will fill in as hosts of The Late Late Show following Ferguson's departure and before James Corden takes over the hosting gig permanently. Drew Carey will guest host the first week from January 5th to January 9th, as well as the final week from March 2nd to the 6th. Other guest hosts include Judd Apatow, Will Arnett of CBS's recently canceled The Millers, Whose Line Is It Anyways, Wayne Brady, Jim Gaffigan, Mike and Molly star Billy Gardell, Hollywood Games Night EP Sean Hayes, The Odd Couple star Thomas Lennon, Big Bang Theory's Kunal Nayyar, and musician John Mayer. Mayer told The Hollywood Reporter in a statement, "I'm thrilled to guest host The Late Late Show and is quite humbled by the opportunity. Music will always be my first love, but I think it's important to explore new and exciting ways to get bashed in the media." Meanwhile, daytime staple The Talk will get a week-long late-night edition from their own set from Monday, January 12th to Friday, January 16th, airing at 12:37 a.m. to 1:37 a.m. Bill Cosby has resigned from the Board of Trustees at Temple University, the school said in a Monday statement. Cosby said in the statement, "I've always been proud of my association with Temple University. I've always wanted to do what would be best in the best interest of the university and its students. As a result, I've tendered my resignation from Temple's University Board of Trustees," Cosby said in the statement. In the last several weeks, news and resurfaced sexual assault allegations have followed the comedian as he embarked on a live performance tour. Cosby has not publicly addressed the allegations, although he has canceled multiple tour dates in the face of mounting public criticism. The school said in a statement, "The Board of Trustees accepts Dr. Cosby's resignation from the board and thanks him for his service to the university." The comedian is an alumnus of Temple University. And finally, for the second week in a row, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 is still the #1 movie in the box office for the second week in a row, this weekend making $56.9 million, giving it a culminated total of $225.7 million so far in the box office. Coming in at #2 was The Penguins of Madagascar, which made $25.8 million this weekend, giving a cumulative total of $36 million in its first week. #3 was Big Hero 6, which made $18.8 million, so far making a grand total of $167.2 million in its fourth week of release. #4 was Interstellar, which made $15.8 million this weekend, giving it an exact total of, so far, $147.1 million. #5 was Horrible Bosses 2, which made $15.7 million in its first week. #6, Dumb and Dumber 2, made $8.3 million, giving a cumulative total so far in its third week release, $72.2 million. #7 was The Theory of Everything, which made $5.1 million in its fourth week release. #8 was the Ben Affleck thriller Gone Girl, in its ninth week of release, made $2.5 million this weekend, giving it a cumulative total of $160.8 million. Number 9 was the Michael Keaton movie Birdman, which made $1.9 million, giving it a cumulative total of $17.2 million in its 7th week release. And wrapping up the top 10 is St. Vincent's, which made $1.8 million this weekend at the box office, giving it a cumulative total of $39.3 million in its 8-week release. And as your entertainment report for Monday, December 1st, 2014, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report and it will take you to that page. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.